Today's reading is Gremlin, an entry from the Monster Encyclopedia book series. They have big beast ears and a pint-sized body, much like a little girl, but they're genuinely a race of demons. They are highly skilled and knowledgeable when it comes to magical items, magi-tech dolls, and machinery, and they are purported to be one of the only races that can handle the technology of unknown civilizations, including the automatons which were recently discovered in ancient ruins. They themselves are not very powerful, however they carry gizmos that they personally created using the technology of unknown civilizations, such as mechanical strong arms, a gadget to whirl through the sky at high speed, blasters that fire condensed mana of all things, and detachable tiny flying objects to attack their foes, and amongst other gadgets. Depending on their resources, abilities, a gremlin can acquire a diverse array of various powerful gazmos and gadgets. With an impishly mean and mischievous personalities, as soon as they spot a human, they'll launch an attack as if to boastfully show off the power of their gizmos. They're highly curious and enjoy seeing men bombarded with pleasure, so when they obtain a man that strikes their fancy, they're intent on enjoying toying with every inch of his body, mostly using their gizmos and gadgets. Being a monster, their body can provide a man with inhuman pleasure just by straddling him and shaking their hips. But due to their monomaniacal obsession, it seems they'll feel that it isn't enough if they just do it with their own body, so they'll start to create gadgets exclusively for providing their husband with pleasure and enhancing sex. At first, something other than their own hands will start crawling around their husband's body, and as the days go on, a mechanism that injects aphrodisiacs and stamina boosters, and then a mechanism that sprays him out as a mist to be inhaled. A mechanism will then be developed that wraps around their husband's hips and amplifies his pleasure by many times as soon as they drop their own hips. And their imagination is truly the limit for what they can create to help pleasure their husband. The device's functions successfully increase in proportion to the love they direct towards their husband. Eventually, it'll change into a specially made bed packed with pleasure mechanisms. The husband will be laid there, repeatedly enjoying full-body orgasms, incessantly pouring mana into the tiny womb of the gremlin straddling him. Being well-versed in magical items and ancient civilizations, aside from their repair and maintenance functions and modify functions, they also possess a special power that can cause malfunctions around them. Magical items that ward off monsters will instead summon monsters, and devices that stall the wearer's monsterization by sucking up demon mana will simply explode, scattering condensed demon mana all around. Furthermore, the effect also impacts those type of mechanical monsters. A golem will simply forget her orders and go out of control, simple-mindedly continuously licking her master's penis and repeatedly gulping down his semen. An automaton's sense of values concerning servicing her master will go awry, and she will stroke his lower parts while intimately close and start praising him by saying good boy, as if soothing a baby when he involuntarily ejaculates, unable to bear it. On the other hand, since they can also stabilize operations and prevent malfunctions, if you flatter them, get them in a good mood, or even offer them their favorite treat, sweets or candy, they'll aid you with their power and not use it against you. Furthermore, just like the automaton, the devices they carry are weak to electricity, and if a big current were to flow through them, they would go haywire immediately. Should that happen, the device meant to provide pleasure to a man will instead attack them, binding their body and toying with it, injecting aphrodisiacs, making them melt, and grabbing their legs and forcibly spreading them apart, offering their body to a man. Such kinds of malfunctions could occur among other things.